Hey everyone, Richard Metal Fan here, and today we talk World Painted Blood by Slayer. Now this is the band's 11th album, released in November of 2009, so hard to believe this album came out almost a decade ago. So yeah, let's just dive right into this. It's kind of sort of follow-up to Christ Illusion, which in my opinion I thought was an underrated album. And this album, like I remember when it first came out, I was like really hyped about. And I remember seeing them on the album cycle back in 2009 when they were on the Mayhem Fest. So I was like wow. And Slayer is just wow. But yeah, let's just dive into this track by track. The production, I also want to notice the production is pretty good. Tom's vocals sound pretty solid. The guitar work from Carrie and Jeff are pretty good, and the drumming from Dave Lombardo is just amazing as always, since Dave Lombardo is pretty much my favorite drummer ever. And sadly, this will be the last time that the original four will play that together, but we'll get to that within the next album review. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this track by track. Now the album opens up with the title track called World Painted Blood, which starts off kind of very, very slow though, and then right off the bat kicks right into it. And I just like the main riff on this track is something Slayer has done countless times. I love sort of like the chant in like the chorus is World Painted Blood, and sort of like Dave's like solid drum performance makes this, like, in my opinion, one of the highlights on the album. And then we go into Unit 731, one of the highlights on the album, like I said. It has some of the best lyrics on the album, as well as sort of like the breakneck speed that Slayer is known for. Then we go into Snuff, one of the first singles off this album, and it was pretty much one of the when first hearing it, I was like, wow, I love it. And then we go into Beauty Through Order, which is kind of a very interesting song. It's kind of like different from what Slayer has done before. It also has a very melodic, but also a heavy feel to it, like melody with Slayer. It's just very interesting. And this is what's I feel like with World Painted Blood, compared to like other albums that Slayer has done. I feel like it has more of an experimentation to it, which I thought was pretty good. Hate Worldwide, another pretty good song. I kind of enjoy that a lot. Public Display of Dismemberment, which almost kind of sounds similar to something from like their older style in the 80s. It's got some great riffs and some really good solos and a good vocal performance from Tom, and sort of like Dave's fierce drumming, all in sort of like the best of the album, and it's definitely just pure fucking thrash. And then we go into Human Strain, which is a close second song. I sort of blame not only the tempo, but a featureless song writing in these cases, which is American, which I honestly didn't really care for that song a lot. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. And then we go into Psychopath the Red, which is one of the shortest song on here, and this delivers a message in little over 2 minutes, but remains one of the high points of the album. The drumming is up to top notch. The guitar work is insanely fast and sheer incredible, and the vocals are as pissed off as Tom Araya has ever sounded. There's like a brief snippet of like a little bass solo in which Carrie and Jeff rest their fingers, which you could hardly hear Tom Araya's bass at all in any Slayer albums, which is pretty cool. And this is, in my opinion, one of the finer songs from the new Slayer, and is a very good one to like thrash your neck to. Playing with Dolls, another album highlight, and although some people, I've heard, don't really like the song a lot, I think it's a great way for Tom to show off almost his melodic side of his vocals, and the band sort of backs him as well with like a good all-around performance from everybody. It's an overall solid track. And then the album closes with Not of This God, which is lyrically, I feel like it's a rant on religion that is all too fitting to close an album with in Slayer's case. Now overall, World Painted Blood, it's a solid album. If I were to give this a score, I'd probably give this a 7.5 out of 10. But yeah, and of course after this album they would go through some stuff within the band, like personally and stuff, but which we'll talk about in the next review for anybody that probably knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's my review of World Painted Blood by Slayer, guys. Thank you guys for watching. See you all in the next review, and keep it metal.